Hey guys, I don't know what I want to play. I don't want to play the Black Pit because it's too much combat. I don't want to play Baldur's Gate 3 because it's too slow. But I know what I got. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna read the Bhagavad Gita. That's what we're gonna do. I actually had a good day today. I got paid on a $30 thing on Upwork. I applied for a bunch of different gigs, which, the idea is that my cats don't have any lacking. Oh, and Pro World, Chapter 6. Cool. I found Chapter 5, I think I think I have them. I haven't done that. I'm saving all of these actually. So, we're playing Baldur's Gate. I'm sorry, we're playing Neverwinter Nights. And there's a big battle here, and I wanna lose as few as possible of my troops because you guys want to talk to because I need my troops, man.
Get some sense about you, middling fool! Take a look at yourself!
There's lots of enemies here. Start this guy right here. What I need to do is I need to rescue these.
I've expected more from the likes of expected more from the likes of you.
Got him. Man, seriously.
Get some sense about you, middling fools. Take a look at yourself.
I have another potion. Okay. Do I have another ally?
Fool and a half. You've no mind about you at all.
I could have gone for another ally. I didn't.
You've proven quite the gun. I've expected more from the likes of you. Get some sense about you, middling fools. Take a look at yourself.
They killed
Fool and a
Buddy.
half. You've no mind about you at all.
I have no way to get him back, so I'll get another. I'll get another.
You've proven quite the dunce. I've expected more from the likes of you. Get some sense about you, middling fool. Take a look at yourself. Fool and a half. You've no mind about you at all.
Greetings. 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 Greetings.
shall come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and shall deceive many. Right? The D&D Bible School. This is the 613. Let's see. 6-1. Let's start with this guy. 6-1. The Blessed Lord said, one who is unattached to the fruits of his work, and who works as he is obligated, is in the renounced order of life. Noise down a bit. And he is a true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no work. 6-2. What is called renunciation is the same as yoga, linking oneself with the Supreme. No one can become a yogi unless he renounces this desire for sense gratification. For one who is a neophyte, created with the old yoga system, I figure out what the old yoga system means actually. Work is said to be the means, and for one who has already attained to yoga, cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. 6-4. A person is said to have attained to yoga when, having renounced all material desires, he neither acts for sense gratification nor engages in fruitive activities. The man must elevate himself by his own mind, not degrade himself. The mind is a friend of the conditioned soul, and the enemy as well. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be the greatest enemy. For one who has conquered the mind, the super soul is already reached, for he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. The person is said to be established in self-realization, and is called a yogi or mystic, and is fully satisfied by the virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and self-control. He sees everything, whether it be pebbles, stones, or gold, as the same. The person is said to be still further advanced than when he regards all the honest, well-wishers, friends, and enemies, the envious, the pious, the sinner, and those who are indifferent and impartial with an equal mind. The transcendentalist should always try to concentrate his mind on his supreme self. He should live alone in a secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desires and feelings of possessiveness. 12. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay kusa grass on the ground, and then covered with a deer skin and a soft cloth. The seat should neither be too high nor too low. It should be situated in a sacred place. The yogi should sit on it firmly and should practice yoga by controlling the mind and the senses, purifying the heart, and fixing the mind on one point. No, 6:30. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I'm never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. The yogi knows that I and the super soul and all creatures are one, worships me and remains always in me in all circumstances. He is a perfect yogi who, by comparison of his own self, sees the true equality of all beings, both in their happiness and distress. O Arjuna said, Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impartial and unendurable to me. The mind is restless and unsteady. The mind is restless, turbulent, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it I think is more difficult than controlling the wind. The Blessed Lord said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the relentless mind, but it is possible by consent, practice, and detachment. For one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by right means is assured of success. This is my opinion. Arjuna said, "What is the destination of the man of faith who does not persevere, who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection and desists?" Reminded Arm Krishna, "Does not such a man, being deviated from the path of transcendence, perish like a driven cloud with no position in any sphere?" Next thing, that is my doubt, O Krishna, and I ask that you dispel it completely, that for yourself no one is to be found who destroyed this doubt. The Blessed Lord said, "Son of Pritha, the transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with the destruction either in this world or the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment of the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people, or into a family of rich aristocracy. He takes the birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Verily such a birth is rare in this world. On taking such a birth, he again revives the divine consciousness of his far previous life, and he tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success. O son of Kuru, by virtue of this divine consciousness of the previous life, he automatically becomes attached to the yogic principles. Even without seeking them. Such an inquisitive transcendentalist striving for yoga stands always above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures. But when the yogi engages himself with a sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contamination, and ultimately, after many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. The yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the primitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me and with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Okay. Now I think I've missed this one here. 6:30, I was first. This one first. One should hold one's body, neck and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex, life, one should meditate upon me within the very heart, and make me the ultimate goal. Thus, practicing the control of the body, mind, and activities, the mystic transcendentalists attain the kingdom of God by cessation of material existence. There is no possibility of one becoming a yogi or Arjuna if one eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. He who is temperate in his habits of eating, sleeping, working, and recreation can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. When the yogi, by practice of yoga, disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to have attained yoga. As a lamp in a windless place does not waver, so the transcendentalist whose mind is controlled remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendental self. The state of perfection is called trance or samadhi, when one's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by practice of yoga. This is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind and relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in the boundless transcendental happiness. senses establish thus what never departs from the truth that upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of great difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with undeviating determination and faith. One should abandon without exception all material desires, born from a false ego, and thus control all the senses on all sides by the mind. Gradually, step by step, with full conviction, one should become situated in trance by means of intelligence, and thus the mind should be fixed on the self alone, and should think of nothing else. From whatever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back into the control of the self. The yogi whose mind is fixated upon me verily obtains the highest happiness. By virtue of his identity with Brahman, he is liberated, his mind is peaceful, his passions are quieted, and he is freed from sin. Steady in the self, being freed from all material contamination, the yogi achieves the highest perfectional state of happiness, in touch with the supreme consciousness. The true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized man sees me everywhere. Ja, makes sense. Interesting. Daytime. And I have a cleric I can play by unknown, but I don't have a cleric.
Get some sense about you, middling fool! Take a look at yourself! Fool and a half! You've no mind about you at all! You're proving quite the gun! I'd have expected more from the likes of you! look at yourself. Get some sense about you, middling fool! Take a look at yourself! Fool and a half! You've no mind about you at all!
Back to wherever.
You've proven quite the dunce! I'd have expected more from the likes of you! Fool and a half! You've no mind about you at all! You've proven quite the dunce! I'd have expected more from the likes of you! Get some sense about you, middling fool! Take a look at yourself! You've proven quite the dunce! I'd have expected more from the likes of you! Get some sense about you, middling fool! Take a look at yourself! duns. I'd have expected more from the likes of you. Get some sense about you, middling fool! Take a look at yourself! Fool and a half! You've no mind about you at all! You've proven quite the dunce. I'd have expected more from the likes of you. Get some sense about you, middling fool! Take a look at yourself! Fool and a half! You've no mind about you at all! You've proven quite the dunce. I'd have expected more from the likes of you.
That's all, guys. Thanks for coming by. See you in the next chapter.